I struggle to be on time. I always think that I can get more done in the time allowed than I can actually do. This week, I attempted to paint this piece of furniture and edit the video in just 1 week. The video is a few days late, but this week, I was actually early for church. I'm never early, and my dad is always complaining about how I'm a few minutes late, so I captured the empty building and the total look of shock on my dad's face when I showed up before he did. It is Monday, and I'm going in there to see what I can find to paint. Consignment Classics is right around the corner from my antique space, and it is always packed with so many good things. Another velvet sofa. Oh my god, I love this one. But no. That could be cute. Oh wow, look at that. Pricey though. There were lots of temptations, but then I found the perfect dresser to put my new face stencil on. I decided I'm gonna get this one. It's very well made. It's totally solid, and it is perfect for what I have in mind. There she is. Miss America. We just got in a fight.
We fought it out.
And I won. Ellie, how do you feel about this video? Every Monday we have these discussions.
No, this is not going to be this type of video.
Oh, yes it is.
No, we're not doing the vlog. She won.
Because I write the checks.
I think we should do your furniture.
I made furniture videos for years. When we started doing the vlogs, we got a lot more views. I told her that I would try. I have an inspiration photo that she's going to insert. So if I can paint this in 2 days instead of 2 weeks, they don't like it, what happens?
We're out.
We quit YouTube. And I don't see myself quitting. However, I do struggle with what kind of content to make without getting totally overwhelmed because video making is extremely time consuming. We mixed mint chip and glow up together to create this beautiful lime color. Then we blended in some Dreamville, and even Ellie helped. How do you feel now?
I feel so much better since I'm painting.
This new portrait stencil is available on my website, and a lot of the DIY retailers carry it as well. We will put the link below. It works like a paper doll. There are different hair options, there are eyeglasses and jewelry options, there's even different types of tops that you can use. It is really fun and really easy to use. You don't need any experience. I am a beginner painter, but I could do it, and so can you.
I am editing here down from the beach. I could not imagine if this video was just Debi painting and using the stencils. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's an amazing project, but yeah, it would be way too boring. I'm already so bored. I don't want to lose my mind, so we have to go back to the vlogs. So that was short-lived. This is actually not going to be what we were fighting for in the beginning, and it's gonna be the vlogs.
Ellie's idea to do another furniture painting tutorial was exhausting. Just ran through the video. It's 18 minutes long right now, and a lot of it is really boring. A lot of it is really boring. I am using black for the undercolor, and I'm using one of the hair options. I've used the other 2 hair options in the video last week, so go check that out if you haven't seen it yet. This is how she's looking now. We're gonna put her overlay highlights on her hair and figure out what top she's gonna wear.
Always static when I try to speak. Not an addict, I just need some sleep.
I've taken a lot of online tutorials on how to paint flowers. You usually get a sketch that you start with, and you have to trace that out before you can begin painting. I designed the stencils to work like a permanent sketch. You can flip them over and piece them together like a puzzle piece. You just quickly get the basic lines of the stencil down, and then you apply the principles of hand painting over the stencil lines. I can barely walk in this tiny house because I have the chair and the dresser. So I need to get some stuff out of here so I can feel like I can breathe again. Maybe if I show you me driving the chair over to the antique mall, that will spice up the video a little bit. I don't know, feeling a little frustrated right now. This is where I'm just gonna go to the antique mall now because I'm just rambling.
I'm so beautiful without you. Now my skin glows and it shines like glue. I'm pretty without you. Pretty without you. Pretty without you.
While I was at the antique mall fixing up my booth, I did a little shopping. I found some really cool stuff to flip for next week's video, including these weird mannequin faces. I do not know what they were originally used for. Let me know in the comments if you know. I'm gonna show you a lot more of the things that I found, but first we gotta get back to painting because I have a lot to share.
Without you.
I tend to use a very dark color for the underlay and a very white or light color for the overlay. Then I pull up the stencil and I start blending the colors from light to dark in between.
Look at this cute shelf. I got this from HomeGoods for $16 last week, and then Zach's mom gave me the idea to unscrew the top and hang it on the wall. So now it holds like our candles, room spray, our TV remote, and some books. But I think it's such a cute idea. Gucci, what do you think of my drawer? What do you think of my suitcase? Are you going to read some magazines?
Ellie and Zach are going to be working on their patio next, so be sure and subscribe so you don't miss that. Last week I did the chair, which was really cool, but it was more a realistic look to the face, and this time I want it looser. I have all these inspiration photos that Ellie's going to insert. You still see the shape of the face, but it's way more loose and impressionistic. When I did the chair last week, one side was pink and one side was blue. You need a place for the eye to rest. I did that with a purple dresser a long time ago, and the molds kind of created the divider, and so she's going to be the divider, and then there'll be two sides. A 20-minute video could never break down all of the steps of doing something like this. I'm going to show you as much as possible, but I do have an online stencil course that shows you start to finish how to make the flowers, the birds, and the butterflies. The link is below. What really helps me is to have a reference photo. If you're using the stencils, I would take screenshots of this video. I tend to put the darker colors toward the center of the petals and the lighter colors out on the edges or the tips of the petals. But if you refer back to the pictures, it will help a lot. I'm back at the store to pick up a few things. My dad is gonna put a little dressing room right here so people can try on clothes. We have sold so many overalls. I gotta go in there and see how many we have and if we need to order more. I should have put this thing up on the island. I'm 58 and I'm tired right now. I mean, look how much I got done. Pretty good.
Now that it's over, I think I get it. That you were my drug, I was addicted. You'd raise a red flag and I'd forget it. Yeah, I'd forget it.
This next part is like applying makeup. In order for her to not look like a cartoon face, you are gonna wanna add shades and highlights. In the flesh tone colors, you are gonna apply darker colors and lighter colors in the same way that you would put on makeup, or you would apply a contour stick or a highlighter stick or eyeshadow. Again, I went to some reference photos that I found on Pinterest. I have a whole board full of beautifully painted faces. I will link that below. I just took my time and applied those colors and experimented until I gave her more character. I decided to practice on the portrait that I did last week. Maybe Ellie can put in the before picture of her. I mean, she looks kind of cool, but also this looks like moco's coming out of her house. I haven't quite mastered the whole impressionistic use color for highlights situation. I don't feel ready. I've spent so much time on her that I don't want to ruin her. I'm too scared to do it. It's 4 o'clock. This is where I start to poop out. I'm gonna keep going and see how far I can get. I want to be done with her. I want to post her on my website, sell her. When I got to my antique mall space, I took in the new chair and I put a price tag on her. She is also available on my website and we can ship her just about anywhere. While I was there, one of the managers at the antique mall told me that customers are constantly asking to buy these overalls that Crystal Molina painted for us back when we were in the Encinitas store. I have a not for sale price tag on them because I'm afraid that the paint will wash out, but I really want to try painting on the new overalls that we're selling. So I got some fabric medium, and next week I am going to paint a pair of overalls, put them through the wash, and see how they do. And if they work, we will sell them. Bobby helped me with a few things in my space, and I got some really cool stuff at the antique mall that is coming up. After that, I went down to my store to pick up the overalls so I can get a head start on painting them for next week. I'm expecting a few boxes, and here's some customers wondering why we're not open on Fridays. I can hear them right now. The sign says Saturday and Sunday only. Why is that? Let's check the mailbox. Oh, what do we have here? My favorite magazine. Let's go get those overalls. We just got a massive order of paint and I need to grab some crinoline. Let's see where the overalls are. I think I can put my new stencil on these. Probably not the lady face, but the flowers and the birds. I was out of our gold metallic, so I grabbed a container of that, and I saw that we were getting low on one of our best-selling books. Our little books that have a sketch and a watercolor guide. And it's all about painting flowers, and then there's also ones about baking. Painterly can totally be used like a watercolor. Got a restock of all our transfers. Shipping envelopes. Because we run out of these. We ship all of our transfers in them and our stencils. I put the finishing touches on the dresser, and then it was time to apply the wax.
Everyone needs a shoulder to cry on. Everyone needs a helping hand. Everyone needs someone to rely on. Yes, everyone needs a friend.
Our paints are super clean, just 9 ingredients, and it's normal for a little paint to be reactivated from the moisture of the wax. So I always make sure my brush is really clean before applying over the light colors like the face.
Before him with all of our faith, he is the change within us. There is a light, let him lead the way. Lift our hands up and pray.
I have been stuck in my house painting that dresser since Monday. I need a break. It's almost done. I'm gonna go return these pair of pants. I'm probably gonna go in there just for a little inspiration. I love this store because it has a giant flower mural, and I always get inspiration from the floral prints on the clothing and the artistic way that everything is made. So it's all wax now, and the wax is wet, so I want to show you what it looks like before the wax dries. It looks blotchy and kind of severe. I really love thrifted vintage items, especially if they're kind of weird and quirky. I found a bunch of things at the antique mall that I am going to DIY and show you how I style in my home in next week's video. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss the next video.
I'm so beautiful without you. Now my skin glows and it shines like glue. I'm pretty without you. Pretty without you. Pretty without you. Pretty without you.
To find DIY paint in your area or to sell it in your store, click the link below. And to find our brand new face stencil and all the other stencils used in this video, click the link below.
I'm pretty without you. Pretty without you. Pretty without you.
Let me know in the comments what you would do with those creepy doll faces, and if you have any tips for painting on clothing, and how would you use the new face stencil. Thanks for watching.
I love you madly. I'm madly in love with you. From the moment I laid eyes on you, every breath was a gift. Felt like I was living in a dream. From the moment that I felt your kiss, there was something that served me like crazy.